everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Matt and today we're going to be playing Tower Simulator 3. In today's episode we're going to be revisiting Lisbon airport in Portugal. If you've not seen any of the previous episodes or the original episode of Lisbon, feel free to check them out on the channel. I will link the previous episode and the other Lisbon video in the description below as well. If you've got any questions, comments or feedback around this video or any of the other videos, feel free to drop them in the comments below and I will get back to you when I can. So as I said, into today's episode then, so in the last episode that we played Lisbon, I ran a custom schedule which was a very busy schedule. There was a lot of aircraft movements and we ran runway 02 in that video. So what we're going to do today is we're going to revisit Lisbon. We're going to use the same schedule but using a different hour, and we're going to run runway 20 just to mix things up and give the other runway config a go at Lisbon. You can see here we're going to run live meteor, obviously runway 20 for arrivals and departures, and we're going to be running the 5 PM hour this time. So as the game loads, I will quickly show you the schedule. So last time we played this, we played the 2 PM hour, so you can see we kind of maxed out the aircraft movements and had quite a lot of GA aircraft as well. So we got to, I think, just under 80 aircraft movements. What we're going to be doing today is playing the 5 PM hour. So in terms of well, pretty much similar traffic levels, just slightly less GA aircraft. So obviously we'll get the cargo aircraft that will be running again, and then yeah, obviously the rest of the kind of commercial jets that will come out. Obviously we've got a mixture of airlines. We'll have like Ryanair's, EasyJets, obviously Portugal being the main one, and then a few of the other ones. What we'll be doing in terms of runway configs, obviously we're running 20. All of the kind of medium or light aircraft can take the intersection, which I'll show in a moment, and then all the heavies will have to cross to take off at full length. We've obviously got arrivals as well on the same runway. We'll try and use external cameras where we can, and yeah, we will get straight into it. I might just need to amend my custom cameras ever so slightly based off what we did last time, and yeah, obviously this is the kind of config. So we've got last time we pushed everything down kind of alpha and then onto Mike, and then we took them off via November 2 on Mike 5. This time what we're going to be doing is everything's going to need either Uniform 5 or we can take Sierra 4, which will be full length. So any of the heavies, is this guy here, will be taking full length. And then any of the medium or smaller aircraft, well, smaller aircraft we can probably take off at kind of Alpha 6 here. And then the mediums are all going to need Uniform 5. In terms of crossing, what we'll probably do is we'll cross them via Alpha 6, Alpha 7 and take them up there, just so we're not kind of interfering with anyone that's already at the holding point. So for example, this aircraft, which is a heavy, will come down Whiskey 1 and then we'll take him Alpha 6, Sierra 3 up to 20. For example, with the Portugal, what we'll probably do is we're going to use Alpha the other way. Well actually, because they're going to be pushing back, anyone down here will probably use Yankee and then Tango 4, Uniform 4, and bring them to Uniform 5 up here, and then take them off there. So we'll get the additional window loaded, and then I'll try and get some custom cameras, external cameras when we can.
With information Romeo, requesting push and start.
So we've got obviously our arrival chart, which I'll drop in, see that, and then I'm going to use the strips, and we will probably be quite busy in the way that this is going to work. So cameras from last time. So this is the tower view. So obviously everything's kind of really far away here, but this tower view will give us kind of a view of our holding points. I'm going to just quickly change this to here. We've got F7, which is over this side, which I kind of need to, we can use that for kind of there. F8 gives us a view down here, which I'm going to try and use as much as I can between kind of F8. Just going to move F8 there, and then F6 will be here. So we'll mix
Lisbon
it between
Tower,
kind of
Airport
F8
ticket
and
6440
F6.
on final 20.
F9 gives us a wider view, which we used last time. So obviously look at the holding points, and then that's pretty much it. So obviously we'll use probably F8 quite a bit. From what I remember, I think we're going to be pushing facing north most of the time now. Most of the time last time it was south, but I'm going to push them north, take them up north, and obviously they'll be departing to the south. So realistically, the way we should be looking at it, if we wanted true north, would be like this. I am going to spin it around just for this video. So then we'll get some of these pushed and then take them off. White Star 4597 heavy, pushback approved facing south. And then obviously we can see these from here. We're taking them out, we'll be bringing him kind of along here, and we got across him there. We can cross them at any stage and take the heavies all up there. And then all the medium aircraft will be used here. I'm not sure whether they can take uniform 4, they're probably all going to need to take uniform 5, but we'll see how we get on. You can see kind of like this is the old runway. So the old runway I think used to run from like kind of there all the way along here to there, which you can see. And they've obviously changed it to give us the longer runway and then using that as taxiways now. Let's get some more of the traffic pushing. Turkish 3339, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. Turkish 3339.
Ryanair 3548, pushback approved facing west.
Pushback approved facing west. Ryanair 3548.
Air Portugal 5898, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal 5898.
So what I'm probably expecting is our arrivals to probably vacate Hotel 1 or Hotel 3. And then what we will probably do is we'll bring them down Uniform 1. Anyone parking down here will be coming down Lima 1, and then we'll tack them into there. Anyone parking on the Alpha stands will bring down Golf 2, then Yankee, and then any of them. And then so we'll use Yankee as a down. We'll probably use Lima 1 in both directions. And then we're going to use Juliet Uniform 2 always kind of. White Star 4597 heavy, runway 20 via Bravo, Alpha 5, Alpha 6, Sierra 3.
Runway 20, Bravo, Alpha 5, Alpha 6.
So we can cross White Star there.
White Star 4597 heavy.
And then obviously these will all come that way, so we'll take Ryanair up here, up through Quebec, take them up uniform, same with this Air Portugal. And then
Lisbon ground. Turkish 3339 ready to taxi.
Turkish 3339 runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Lima 1, Uniform 2.
Runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Lima 1, Uniform 2, Turkish 3339.
Air Portugal 5898, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Quebec 1, Quebec 3, Uniform 2.
Runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Quebec 1, Quebec 3, Uniform 2, Air Portugal 5898.
Ryanair 3548, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Mike 3, Quebec 1, Quebec 3, Uniform 2.
Runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Mark 3, Quebec 1.
Air Portugal 6440, runway 20 clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Air Portugal 6440. Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 5898 ready to taxi. Lisbon ground. Ryanair 3548 ready to taxi.
Got all these moving. If we spin around to F6, we're obviously going to see the Portugal land, and then we'll get the White Star across. In terms of obviously Turkish is going to go all the way up.
7436 on final 20.
He's going to go all the way up Quebec. So the side we're going to be using, we're going to use Quebec for outbounds, and then Alpha for outbounds as well. And then we're going to use Yankee for the inbounds. We'll taxi him across Foxtrot, and then yeah, before Foxtrot, then Golf, then Alpha or Yankee, depending on how busy it is. And then yeah, we'll keep it all moving. White Star 4597 heavy cross runway 20. Might get a little bit loud as well, so apologies if my voice is quiet over the volume of the game, because they're all going to be taxiing right past each other here. But obviously Turkish is coming up here. He's going to come up here, and yeah, so he's going to go Hotel 1. He's going up there, so we'll bring him via Golf and then Tango. Portugal 6440 taxi to terminal via Golf 2 Tango 3 Whiskey 1. Europa 8074, runway 20 cleared to land.
Taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Tango 3, Whiskey 1, Air Portugal 6440.
Air Portugal 5529, pushback approved facing north.
Runway 20, cleared to land, Europa 8074. Pushback approved facing north, Air Portugal 5529. Lisbon ground, Turkish 696 with information, Romeo, requesting push and start.
So we've got another one that will push. Moment. So Air Portugal is going to be going in. If I could look, probably could do with another kind of camera further over here. So I'm just going to bring a camera here. So we've got a wider camera for here.
Lisbon Tower, Air Portugal 1550 on final 20.
Turkish 3339, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait, Turkish 3339.
Turkish is going to be coming up here. We've got the other Turkish that needs pushback, which is over here. Turkish 696, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north, Turkish 696.
He's vacated.
Lisbon ground,
Turkish 3339, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff, Turkish 3339.
So Europe is going down there. Europe 8074, taxi to ramp via Uniform 1, Lima 1.
Taxi to ramp by Uniform 1, Lima 1, Europa 8074.
Air Portugal 5529, runway 20 Uniform 5 via Quebec 1, Quebec 2, Uniform 2.
Runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Quebec.
Alpine 1610, pushback approved facing north.
Air Portugal 5529.
Pushback approved facing north. Alpine 1610.
Got the Turkish going. The White Star is obviously all the way there. We'll try and get him out between the next one.
Alpine 1610 with information Z error. Requesting push and start.
Okay, so we've also got the next departure. Air Portugal is coming in stand, which is all good. Europa's going to be taxiing into his stand, which is perfect. Please take off, next one. Air Portugal 7436, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Air Portugal 7436.
Oh,
Lisbon
good.
ground, Turkish 696 ready to taxi.
Turkish is going to have to wait. Air Portugal 5529, runway 20, Uniform 5 via Quebec 3, Uniform 4.
Runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Quebec 3, Uniform 4, Air Portugal 5529. Lisbon Tower, Air France 7744 on final 20.
We will keep an eye on this. White Star 4597 Heavy, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. White Star 4597 Heavy.
Turkish 3339, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Turkish 3339er. Good day.
Lisbon ground, Alpine 1610 ready to taxi.
Alpine 1610, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Alpha 4, Uniform 4.
Runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Alpha 4, Uniform 4. Alpine 1610.
Turkish 696, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Alpha 4, Uniform 4.
Runway 20 at Uniform
White
5
Star
via
5497
Uniform
Heavy,
4.
runway 20 clear
Turkish
for takeoff.
696. Runway 20 cleared for takeoff. White Star 4597 Heavy.
Look where the Air Portugal is going. So let him go past first. Air Portugal 7436, taxi to ramp via Uniform 2, Lima 1.
Taxi to ramp via Uniform 2, Lima 1, Air Portugal 7436.
So what I might start doing is taking up this Alpha, I'm not
Lisbon
sure yet.
ground, Speedbird 4073 with information Sierra, requesting push and start.
He's going to push onto Alpha, so he can't do that. We have to wait. The White Star is departing. We've got Air Portugal on arrival, which for the next one, they definitely need to go full length, these heavies.
Lisbon tower, fraction 7490 and final 20.
Air Portugal 1550, runway 20, cleared to land.
Runway 20, cleared to land. Air Portugal 1550.
And just keep an eye on these two. What have we got on the ground? A lot. White Star 4597 Heavy, contact departure.
Lisbon departure
Then
on
we've got
118.905.
Eurowings,
White
Ryanair,
Star
Swellings,
4597 Heavy. Good day.
Floods, and next arrival should be here now. Air Portugal 5898, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 5898.
So we're keeping an eye on to get the speedboat pushed. He's going to be vacating now. Our next departure moving, vacated. So, Air Portugal 5898, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 5898.
Air Portugal 1550, taxi to ramp via Uniform 2, Lima 1.
Taxi to ramp via Uniform 2, Lima 1, Air Portugal 1550.
Seabird 4073, pushback approved facing north. Don't know why you're doing a fin over
Push
there,
back
don't
approved
know.
facing north, Speedbird 4073.
Just need to keep an eye on this.
5569 on final
What's
20.
going on? We've got one ready to push. Air Portugal 1453, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north, Air Portugal 1453.
She's airborne, we'll get the next landing.
Lisbon ground, Air Portugal 1453 with information Sierra,
Yep,
requesting
good
push and
enough.
start.
Air France 7744, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, cleared to land. Air France 7744.
Eurowings 1923, pushback approved facing east.
Pushback approved facing east. Air winds 1923.
Air Portugal 5898, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Air Portugal 5898. Good day.
Lufthansa 2892, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. Lufthansa 2892.
Ryanair 3548, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Ryanair 3548.
These two coming up here.
Lisbon ground, Euro wind 1923 with information Sierra, requesting push and start. Lisbon ground, Lufthansa 2892 with information Sierra, requesting push and start.
Ryanair 3548, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, clear for takeoff. Ryanair 3548.
Airfan 7744, taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Yankee, Tango 1.
Taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Yankee.
Airfan
Tango 1.
7744,
Air France
taxi to terminal via
7744.
Golf 2, Tango 2, Tango 1, Alpha 1.
Taxi to terminal via Golf
Yankee's
2,
the
Tango 2,
little one
Tango
there,
1,
these are
Alpha
Tangos.
1, Air France 7744.
Lisbon ground. Speedbird 4073 ready to taxi.
Lisbon
Right.
ground, Air Portugal 1453 ready to taxi.
Speedbird 4073, runway 20, uniform 5 via Alpha 4, uniform 4.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Alpha 4. Uniform 4. Speedbird 4073. Lisbon Tower. Smart Jet 53 Quebec 189 on final 20.
Gonna be a close call, this one.
Euro wind 1923 ready to taxi.
Fraction 7490, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Fraction
Lufthansa
7490.
2892, runway 20 at uniform 5 via uniform 4.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via uniform 4. Lufthansa 2892. Lisbon ground, Lufthansa 2892 ready for taxi.
Air Portugal 5529, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 5529.
Ryanair 3548, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.95. Ryanair 3548.
Air Portugal 1453, runway 20 at uniform 5 via uniform 2.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via uniform 2. Air Portugal 1453.
Air Portugal 5529, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 5529.
Lufthansa 2892, hold short of taxiway whiskey 2.
Hold short of taxiway whiskey 2. Lufthansa 2892.
Eurowings 1923, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Mike 3, Alpha 2, Alpha 4, uniform 4.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Mike 3, Alpha 2, Alpha 4, uniform 4. Euro winds 1923. Lisbon Tower, easy 2179 around final 20.
Speedbird's going to come past. He's going to need Alpha 5. Portuguese for Air Portugal 5569, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Air Portugal 5569.
Fraction 7490, taxi to ramp via Alpha 5.
Taxi to ramp via Alpha 5. Fraction 7490.
Alpine 1610, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Alpine 1610.
Air Portugal 5529, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.95. Air Portugal 5529. Good day.
Alpine 1610, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Alpine 1610.
Air Portugal 5569, taxi to ramp via Tango 4, Tango 3, Tango 2, Mike 2.
Taxi to ramp via Tango 4, Tango 3.
Lufthansa
Tango
2892, continue
Light 2.
taxi.
Airport ticket 5569. Continue taxi. Lufthansa 2892.
All the way down, he's good, he's in.
Lisbon Tower. Airport ticket 6426 on final 20.
We have a couple of Etiads in that we do get. So, Smart Jets on short final. We've got the Alpine on departure. Get Thunder's coming up, Figure Wings. And should be rotating any second. Smart Jet 189, runway 20, clear to land. Smart Jet 2189, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Smart Jet 53 Quebec 189er.
53 Quebec 189, interesting.
Lisbon ground. Roller 3752. Information Sierra. Requesting push and start.
Flying 3752, pushback approved facing west.
Pushback approved facing west. Roller 3752.
There's the next landing. I'm not going to get another departure out. No, I'm just going to wait for the EasyJet, I think. Alpine 1610, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Alpine 1610. Good day.
Smart Jet 5 Quebec 189. Taxi to ramp via Uniform 2.
Taxi to ramp via Uniform 2. Smart Jet 53 Quebec 189er.
Easy 2179, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20. Clear to land. Easy 2179.
Yeah, so we've got Figure Wings coming up here. Keep going down there, which is fine.
Lisbon Tower. Alpine 90999 on final 20.
He's going now, that's good. Welling is going to come up. Take him up Quebec, I think. Quebec 1,
Lisbon
Quebec
ground.
3.
Roller 3752 ready to taxi.
Flying 3752, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Mike 3, Quebec 1, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5.
Runway 20 at Uniform 5. Run Mike 3. Quebec 1. Whiskey 2. Alpha 5. Roller 3752.
Okay, 696, runway 20, climb and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Turkish 696.
Portugal 3235, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal 3235.
Landing.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 3235 with information Sierra. Requesting push and start.
Issues on it. Good. Here. It is skating. Turkish 696, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Turkish 696.
Easy 2179, taxi to ramp via Uniform 2, Lima 1, Zulu 1.
Taxi to ramp via Uniform 2. Lima 1. Zulu 1.
Easy 2179, taxi to ramp via Uniform 2, Lima 1.
Taxi to ramp via Uniform 2. Lima 1. Easy 2179.
Lisbon Tower, Welling 612 on final 20.
Lisbon ground. Easy
This one might be
2179. We
close.
request a more logical routing.
This is a 321. 4 down he goes. Rotating second now. Go. Air Portugal 6426, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Air Portugal 6426.
Air Portugal 3235, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Mike 3 Tango 1 Whiskey 2 Alpha 5.
Runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Mike 3 Tango 1 Whiskey 2 Alpha 5. Air Portugal 3235.
Air Portugal 3235, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Quebec 1 Whiskey 2 Alpha 5.
Runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Quebec 1 Whiskey 2 Alpha 5. Air Portugal 3235.
Turkish 696, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on
I'm not going warmed up, so we're just going
Turkish
to wait.
6906. Good day.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 3235 ready to taxi.
Lisbon ground. Postman 4885 heavy with information Sierra. Requesting push and start.
Postman 4885, heavy pushback approved facing south.
Pushback approved facing south. Postman 4885 heavy.
Air Portugal 705, Nana, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal 7059.
Air Portugal 6426, taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Tango 1, Alpha 1.
Taxi to terminal. Via Golf 2, Tango 1, Alpha 1. Air Portugal 6426.
Air Portugal 6426, hold short of taxiway Foxtrot 1.
Hold short of taxiway Foxtrot 1. Air Portugal 6426.
Alpine 9099, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Alpine 9099.
Lisbon Tower. Air Portugal 9709 on final 20.
So we've got Air Portugal coming up here. He's going to hold at Foxtrot 1.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 7059 with information Sierra. Requesting push and start.
We also have a nice DHL. We'll be needing to cross. We'll have a cross in a minute. No idea why the Speedbird is in a Finnair livery, but yeah, that's what it is. Speedbird 4073, runway 20, line up and wet.
Runway 20, line up and wet. Speedbird 4073.
Lisbon ground.
Air
Postman
Portugal
4885 heavy ready to
6426,
taxi.
continue taxi. Air Portugal 6426, hold short of taxiway Mike 1.
Continue taxi. Air Portugal 6426.
Postman 4885, heavy runway 20 via Bravo, Alpha 5, Alpha 6, Sierra 3.
Hold short of taxiway Mike 1.
Speedbird 4073, runway 20,
6426.
cleared for takeoff. Alpine 9099, taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Tango 1, Alpha 1. Air Portugal 705, Nana, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Alpha 3, Alpha 5, Uniform 4.
Runway 20, via Bravo, Alpha 5, Alpha 6, Sierra 3. Postman 4885 heavy.
Getting busy now.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Speedbird 4073.
White Star 8844, heavy pushback approved facing south.
Taxi to terminal, via Golf 2, Tango 1, Alpha 1. Alpine 9099.
Runway 20, at Uniform 5, via Alpha 3, Alpha 5, Uniform 4, Air Portugal 7059. Pushback approved facing south. White Star 8844 heavy. Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 7059.
Good line is rotating.
Lisbon Tower.
Boeing 612, runway 20,
Final
clear to land.
20.
It said the BA is rotating,
Runway
not the
20,
Boeing.
clear to land. Boeing 612.
Air Portugal 6426, continue taxi.
Continue taxi. Air Portugal 6426.
Lisbon ground. White Star 8844 heavy with information Sierra. Requesting push and start.
Speedbird 4073, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.9.
Air Portugal 1453, runway 20, line up and wet.
Good day. Runway 20, line up and away. Air Portugal 1453.
Come on, hurry up and vacate. We're going to hold the postman and cross him next time, I think.
Lisbon ground.
Portugal 1453, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 1453.
Flying 612, taxi to ramp via Uniform 2, Lima 1.
Taxi to ramp via Uniform 2, Lima 1. Flying 612.
Watchdog can hold him. Portugal is here. Hopefully he's on the roll, yeah.
Lisbon Tower, Lufthansa 904 on final 20.
Boeing's going into gates, so good. Portugal and Alpine are into their gates down there by the looks of it. As soon as he's rotating, we can get the next landing. Come on over, Portugal. There. Portugal 9709, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, cleared to land. Air Portugal 9709er.
So we're going to cross him between these departures rather than actually get a departure out.
Lisbon ground. Ryanair 4034 with information Sierra, requesting push and start.
Portugal 9709, vacate at taxiway. Oh, thought we were going to vacate. Postman 4885 heavy, cross runway 20. Thought we were going to vacate into him.
Cross runway 20. Postman 4885 heavy.
Portugal 1453, contact departure. Portugal 9709, taxi to terminal via Tango 4, Whiskey 2, Alpha 4. White Star 8844 heavy, runway 20 via Bravo, Alpha 5, Alpha 6, Sierra 3.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Air Portugal 1453.
Coming in here, so we're just going to have to...
Taxi to terminal via Tango 4, Whiskey 2, Alpha 4, Air Portugal 9709er.
Ryanair 6093, push back up facing south.
Runway 20 via Bravo, Alpha 5, Alpha 6.
47445, runway 20, clear to land.
Pushback approved, facing south. Ryanair 6093. Runway 20, clear to land. Quality 7445. Lisbon Tower, Air Portugal 4888 on final 20.
I think the quality part
Ryanair 6093 with information Sierra, requesting push and start.
Need to get him out. We're going to get the other Ryanair moving once Steve Welling has parked up. And then pushing this guy south because we're going to bring him up Quebec rather than pick him up leaving, just in case some of the rivals go in via that way.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 6139er with information Sierra, requesting push and start.
Look where this guy is. Portugal 6139, pushback approved facing south.
Pushback approved facing south. Air Portugal
Lufthansa 2892, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Lufthansa 2892.
Get the run. Lufthansa 2892, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, clear for takeoff. Lufthansa 2892.
47445, taxi to ramp via Golf 2, Whiskey. 47445, taxi to ramp via Golf 2, Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Bravo.
Negative, unknown command, quality 7445.
Portugal 5862, pushback approved facing north. Rhino 4034, pushback approved facing east. Rhino 6093, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Mike 3, Quebec 1, Quebec 2, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5.
Taxi to ramp via Golf 2, Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Bravo, quality 7445. Pushback approved facing north, airport to 5862.
Pushback approved facing east. Ryanair 4034.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Mike 3.
Lufthansa 9494, runway 20, clear to land.
Alpha 5. Ryanair 6093.
Lufthansa 9494, runway 20, clear to land. Lufthansa 9494, I have to send him around.
Negative. I am in the air. Lufthansa 904.
White Star 8844, heavy crash runway 20. Lufthansa 2892, turn left, heading 180.
Negative. Altitude is low. Lufthansa 904. Lisbon departure on 118.905. Lufthansa 904. Good day. Cross runway 20. White Star 8844 heavy.
Turn left heading 180. Lufthansa 2892.
Lufthansa 2892, turn left, heading 120.
Turn left heading 120. Lufthansa 2892.
Portugal 4888, runway 20, clear to land. I was really annoying that. I didn't
Runway
think it would
20,
go around.
clear to land, Air Portugal 4888.
Lufthansa 2892, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Lufthansa 2892. Good day.
Rhino 4034, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Mike 3, Tango 1, Tango 2, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5.
Runway 20.
Keep saying Tango.
Uniform 5. Via Mike
Rhino
3,
4034,
Tango
runway
2,
20
Whiskey
at
2,
uniform
Alpha
5
5.
via Quebec
Ryanair
1, Quebec
4034.
2, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Quebec 1. Quebec 2,
Portugal
Whiskey 2,
6139, runway
Ryanair
20 at
4034.
uniform 5 via Mike 3, Quebec 1, Quebec 2, Whiskey 2, uniform 5.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Mike 3, Quebec 1, Quebec 2, Whiskey 2, uniform 5. Air Portugal 6139.
Holding point, yeah. I'm gonna get the heavy out between, not these two, then the
Tower,
next
Air
two.
Portugal 5321, final 20.
Lisbon ground, Air Portugal 6139 ready to taxi.
Lisbon ground. Ryanair 4034 ready to taxi.
Lisbon ground,
So this
Air
guy's
Portugal
gonna be ready as
5862
well.
ready to taxi. Lisbon Tower, Air Portugal 3163 on final 20.
Air Portugal 5862, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Foxtrot, Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5. Air Portugal 5862, hold short of taxiway, Foxtrot 1.
Runway 20.
Yellow wings 18, Yellow wings 1923, runway 20, line up right.
Airport 5862. Hold short of taxi with Foxtrot 1, Airport to 5862. Runway 20, line up and wait. Euro winds 1923.
Yellow wings 1923, runway 20 cleared for immediate takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for immediate takeoff. Euro winds 1923. Lisbon ground, Airport to 5862, information Tango, requesting push and start.
Going around Lufthansa 904.
Come on, Yellow wings. Rhino is going up there. This guy's gonna follow him. He's gonna hold at Foxtrot 1.
Lisbon Tower, Fab 38 on final 20.
Air Portugal 4888, taxi to ramp via Uniform 2, Lima 1, Mike 3.
Taxi to ramp, via uniform 2, Lima 1,
I think this
Mike
might be
3,
a go around.
Air Portugal 4888.
Portugal 9532, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20,
Bossman
cleared to land.
4885, heavy,
Airport
runway 20, line up and
532.
wait. Of course.
Runway 20. Line up and wait.
Oh,
Postman
got an Etihad.
4885 heavy.
Etihad 2738 heavy, pushback approved facing north. I love the Etihad delivery, it's so nice.
Pushback approved facing north. Etihad 2738 heavy.
Welling, I don't know. What's my hand up?
Lisbon ground. Etihad 2738 heavy with information tango.
Middle wing 1923, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.9.
Portugal 5862, continue taxi.
Continue taxi. Airport to 5862.
So, Air Portugal is
Lisbon ground radio check. How do you read? Follow 3752.
Postman 4885 heavy, runway 20 cleared for takeoff. Boeing 3752 PG5.
Runway 20. Cleared for takeoff. Postman 4885 heavy. Region 515. Follow 3752.
Air Portugal 9532 taxi to ramp via Uniform 2 Lima 1 Mike 3.
Taxi to ramp via Uniform 2 Lima 1 Mike 3. Airport to 9532.
Lisbon Tower, Air Portugal 5455 on final 20.
There's a constant stream of arrivals and departures. Hopefully this guy gets
Lisbon
that.
ground radio check. How do you read? Air Portugal 3235.
Yeah, he's off. Air Portugal 3163, runway 20 all clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Air Portugal 3163.
We have an Air Portugal over there going in.
Etihad 2738 heavy ready with taxi.
Okay, so we've got to figure out where this Etihad needs to go. So, Etihad 2738 heavy, runway 20 via Alpha 5, Alpha 6, Sierra 3. Get him crossing.
Runway 20 via Alpha 5, Alpha 6, Sierra 3. Etihad 2738 heavy.
Boeing 3752, runway 20 line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Follow 3752.
We're getting in a bit of a queue here now. Postman 4885 heavy, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.9 or 5. Postman 4885 heavy. Good day.
Lisbon ground, Air Portugal 1885 heavy with information tango, requesting push and start.
Right, you're just going to have to wait a second, unfortunately. Boeing 3752, runway 20 cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, clear for takeoff. Follow 3752.
Air Portugal 3163, taxi to terminal via Golf 2 Tango 1. Air Portugal 1885 heavy, pushback approved, facing east.
Taxi to terminal, Golf 2, Tango 1. Air Portugal 3163.
Pushback approved facing east. Air Portugal 1885 heavy.
Next we've got an Embraer, so I'm going to have to be careful with where he vacates, just because we've got this Etihad here.
Lisbon ground radio check. How do you read? Air Portugal 7059.
Air Portugal 7059, Region 5.
Region 505. Air Portugal 7059.
Fab 38, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Fab 38.
Fab 38, exit at taxiway Tango 5.
Exit at taxiway Tango 5. Fab 38.
Lisbon ground, Alpine 2970 with information tango, requesting push and start.
Alpine 2970, pushback approved facing north. Alpine 2970, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. Alpine 2970.
Not going to get another departure out, I don't think, so I'm just going to cross the Etihad. Etihad 2738 heavy, cross runway 20.
Cross runway 20. Etihad 2738.
I don't think we've got anyone coming out. Should be. Fab 38, taxi to ramp via Tango 4 Whiskey 2.
taxi to ramp via Tango 4, Whiskey 2, Fab 38.
Yeah, Portugal is going to have to
Ground,
wait.
Air Portugal 1885 Heavy ready to taxi.
316.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 8648 with information Tango, requesting push and start.
He's crossed. Air Portugal 5455, runway 20 clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Air Portugal 5455.
Boeing 3752, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.905.
Air Portugal 1885
follow
heavy, runway
3752.
20 via Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5, Alpha 6, Sierra 3.
Runway 20, via Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5, Alpha 6,
Got some
Sierra 3,
craft
Air
moving.
Portugal 1885 Heavy. Lisbon Tower, Lufthansa 904 on final 20. Lisbon ground radio check. How do you read? Air Portugal 3235.
Air Portugal 3235, read you 5.
Read you 5 by 5. Air Portugal 3235.
Lisbon ground. Alpine 2970 ready to taxi.
Alpine 2970, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Alpha 4, Uniform 4.
Runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Alpha 4. Uniform
Air
4.
Portugal 3235, runway 20 line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 3235.
This constant with this schedule, it's very fun though. Air Portugal 8648, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback
This one.
facing north. Air Portugal 8648.
Air Portugal 3235, runway 20 clear for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 3235.
Air Portugal 5455, taxi to ramp via Uniform 1.
Taxi to ramp via Uniform 1. Air Portugal
Come on, Dave, you know,
5455.
not get a shift on. We've got an Air France, somewhere one in
Lisbon
push.
ground. Air France 2225 with information Tango,
Doing better
requesting
from
push and
that
start.
Air France 2225, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. Air France 2225.
Lisbon Tower, Air Portugal 8102 on final 20.
And down the
Lisbon ground.
Right.
Air Portugal 556 with information Tango, requesting push
getting-
and start.
Greenway busy. Air Portugal 1798, runway 20 clear to land. I'm gonna get Air Portugal
Runway
and
20,
then we need to
clear
get
to
a
land.
white star, I
Air
think.
Portugal 1798.
Also need to get these cross. So what I'll probably do is I'll
Lisbon
cross
ground.
him
Air
at
Portugal
the
8648
heavies
ready to taxi.
when the heavies lining up afterward. Who is that ready for taxi? Portugal. Portugal 8648, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Alpha 4, Uniform 4. Portugal 7059, runway 20 line up and wait.
Runway 20,
Portugal 3235,
Uniform 5,
contact departure.
via Alpha 4, Uniform 4. Air Portugal 8648. Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 7059.
Lisbon departure on 118.905.
Waiting
Air
for
Portugal
push. It's gonna have
3235.
to wait.
Good day.
Portugal 7059, runway 20 cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 7059.
Portugal 1798, taxi to ramp via Quebec 3, Quebec 2.
Taxi to ramp via Quebec 3, Quebec 2. Air Portugal 1798. Lisbon ground. Air France 2225 ready to taxi.
Air France 2225, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Uniform 4, Uniform 4. Got that wrong, I meant to say Alpha 4, Uniform 4,
Runway
but
20 at Uniform 5 via Uniform 4. Uniform 4. Air France 2225.
Lisbon Tower, Air Portugal 1455 on final 20.
Got Lufthansa next, then we try and get him cross. Lufthansa 9494, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Lufthansa 904, 904.
White Star 8844 heavy, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. White Star 8844 heavy.
Air Portugal 556, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal 556.
Air Portugal 8930 heavy, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal 8930 heavy.
Air Portugal 1885 heavy, cross runway 20.
Cross runway 20. Air Portugal 1885 heavy.
Cross as quick as we can as he's
Lisbon
vacating.
ground. Air Portugal 8930 heavy with information Tango.
Air Portugal
Requesting push and
7059 in
start.
contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.95. Air Portugal 7059er. Good day.
About to vacate, he's crossing quite quickly. As soon as he's crossed,
Lisbon
we'll
ground,
get our
Alpine
departure.
3222 with information Tango, requesting
White
push
Star
and start.
8844 heavy, runway 20, cleared for takeoff. White Star 8.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. White Star 8844 heavy.
We're gonna have to.
Lisbon ground radio check. How do you read? Ryanair 6093.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to wait right now. Right now, 6093, read your 5.
Read you 5x5. Ryanair 6093.
Lisbon Tower, postman 8785 on final 20.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 556 ready to taxi.
Air Portugal 556, runway 20, uniform 5, via Alpha 4, uniform 4.
Runway 20.
Air Portugal
uniform 5,
8930,
via
runway
Alpha
20,
4,
via
uniform
Alpha
4.
503.
Air Portugal 556.
Air Portugal 8930 heavy, runway 20, via Alpha 503.
Duplicated command.
Air Portugal 8102, runway 20, cleared to land.
Runway 20, via Alpha 5. Sierra 3. Air Portugal 8930 heavy.
Runway 20,
they're all
clear to
moving.
land. Air Portugal
Air Portugal
8102.
2588, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north.
Alpine
Air Portugal
3222, pushback
2588.
approved facing north. Ryanair 6093, runway 20, line up and west.
Pushback approved facing north.
White Star
Alpine
8844, contact departure. White Star 8844 heavy, contact departure.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Ryanair 6093.
Negative.
We've
I'm
missed
in the air.
this
White Star
Lufthansa.
8844 heavy. Lisbon
Let's go
departure
next
on
departure moving
18.95.
first.
White Star 8844 heavy. Good day.
Ryanair 6093, runway 20, cleared for immediate takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for
Lufthansa
immediate
6494,
takeoff. Ryanair
taxi
6093.
Lufthansa 9494, taxi to terminal via uniform 1, Mike 3. Air Portugal 8102, taxi to ramp via uniform 1.
Taxi to
Bottom
terminal
293
via
heavy,
uniform
pushback
1.
approved facing
Mike
east.
3. Lufthansa 904, 904.
Taxi to ramp via uniform 1.
Oh,
Air Portugal
it's
8102.
very busy.
Pushback approved facing east. Cut out 293 heavy.
France. Oops. Put that.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 8930 heavy ready to taxi.
Lisbon Tower, French Zone 7423 on final 20.
Come on, Ryan.
Lisbon ground, Air Portugal 2588 with information Tango, requesting push and start. Lisbon ground, Air Portugal 2588 ready to
Air
taxi.
Portugal 1455, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Air Portugal 1455.
Air Portugal 2588, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Quebec 1, Quebec 2, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5.
Runway
Alpine
20,
3222,
uniform
runway
5,
20
Quebec
uniform
1,
5 via
Quebec
Alpha
2,
5, uniform
Whiskey 2,
4.
Alpha 5, Air Portugal 2588.
Ryanair 4034, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Alpha 5, uniform 4, Alpine 3222.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Ryanair
Eurowings
4034.
2545, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. Euro wings 2545.
Lisbon ground, Alpine 3222 ready to taxi.
Lisbon ground. Kadam 2903 heavy ready to taxi.
Ryanair 6093, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on
Ryanair 4034, runway 20, clear for takeoff.
Good day.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Ryanair 4034.
Bottom 293 heavy, runway 20 via Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5, Sierra 3. Bottom 293 heavy, hold short of taxiway Foxtrot 1.
Runway 20 via Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5, Sierra 3.
Airport to go 2588, hold short of taxiway Tango 3. Hold.
Hold short of taxiway Foxtrot 1. Kadam 2903 heavy.
Airport to go 1455, taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Bravo.
Hold short of taxiway Tango 3, Air Portugal 2588.
Taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Bravo, Air Portugal
Bus
1455.
18785, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, cleared to land. Postman 8785.
Etihad 2738 heavy, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Etihad 2738 heavy. Lisbon Tower, Euro wings 4693 on final 20.
Lisbon ground. Euro wings 2545 ready to taxi.
Air Portugal 7939, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal 7939.
Eurowings 2545, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Foxtrot, Quebec 2, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Foxtrot, Quebec 2, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5, Euro wings 2545.
Ryanair 4034, contact departure.
Lisbon departure
Air Portugal 2588, continue taxi.
Ryanair 4034. Good day.
Continue taxi. Air Portugal 2588.
Etihad 2738 heavy, runway 20, clear for takeoff.
Runway 20, clear for takeoff. Etihad 2738 heavy.
Bottom 293 heavy, continue taxi. Eurowings 2545, hold short of taxiway Foxtrot 1. Bossman 8785, taxi to ramp via Golf 2, Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Bravo. Alpine 3222, hold position. Go quick.
Continue taxi. Kadam 2903 heavy.
Hold short of taxiway Foxtrot 1, Euro wings 2545.
Taxi to ramp, via Golf 2, Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Bravo, Postman 8785. Hold position, Alpine 3222.
Lisbon Tower, Air Portugal 5961 on final 20.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal
French Sun 723,
7939.
runway 20, clear to land. French Sun 7423, runway 20, clear to land.
Canada's 202 degrees. French Sun 7423.
At 2738 heavy, contact departure. Alpine 3222, continue taxi.
Runway 20.
Air Portugal 7 Nano 3 Nano, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Alpha 4, uniform 4. Air Portugal 613 Nano, runway 20, line up and wait.
Good day. Continue taxi. Alpine 3222.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Alpha 4, uniform 4. Air Portugal 7939.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 6139.
Now we have a hell of a queue. Air Portugal 7939, hold short of taxiway Golf 1. Eurowings 2545, continue taxi. Air Portugal 613 runway 20, cleared for takeoff. French Sun 7423 taxi to ramp via Uniform 2, Lima 1.
Hold short of taxiway Golf 1, Air Portugal 7939er.
Continue taxi. Euro wings 2545.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 6139er.
Taxi to rail. Right Uniform 2, Lima 1.
Air Portugal 909, pushback approved facing north. November 306 Alpha Victor, pushback approved facing east.
Pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal 909er.
Pushback approved facing east. November 306 Alpha Victor. Lisbon Tower, Air Portugal 8384 on final 20.
We've got a big queue now, we need to get this moving.
Cut M293 heavy with information Tango, requesting push and start.
Come on. Euro wings 4693, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, cleared to land. Euro wings 4693.
Air Portugal 1885 heavy, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 1885 heavy.
Air Portugal 7939, continue taxi.
Continue taxi. Air Portugal 7939er.
Air Portugal 6139, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Air Portugal 6139er. Good evening.
Air Portugal 8930, heavy cross runway 20.
Cross runway 20. Air Portugal 8930 heavy.
Lisbon ground. Euro wings 2545 with information Tango. Requesting push and start.
Air Portugal 6260, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal 6260.
Lisbon
It
ground.
is, we
Air
can.
Portugal 909 ready to taxi.
Lisbon ground. November 306 Alpha Victor ready to taxi.
Air Portugal 1885 heavy, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 1885 heavy.
Air Portugal 909, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Alpha 5, Uniform 4. November, Euro wings 4693, taxi to ramp via Uniform 1, Mike 4.
Runway 20 at Uniform 5, via Alpha 5, Uniform 4, Air Portugal 909er. Taxi to ramp.
November 306 Alpha Victor, runway 20 at Alpha 6 via Golf 1, Alpha 4.
Runway 20 at Alpha 6 via Golf 1.
This might be a go around.
November 306 Alpha Victor.
Lisbon
Come on,
Tower.
get up.
Alpine 845 on final 20.
Come on. Air Portugal 5961, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Air Portugal 5961.
Easy 435, pushback approved facing west. Air Portugal 6260, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Quebec 1, Quebec 2, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5.
Pushback approved facing west. Easy 435.
Runway 20.
Air Portugal
Uniform
5862,
via
runway
Quebec
20,
1,
line up and wait.
Quebec 2, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5, Air Portugal
Air
6260.
Portugal 1885 heavy, contact departure.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 5862.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Air Portugal 1885 heavy. Good evening.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 6260 ready to taxi.
Azores 8919, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. Air Azores 8919er.
Air Portugal 5862, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 5862.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 7939er.
Euro wings 4693, hold position.
Hold position.
I love
Euro
him.
wings 4693.
So I just have to bring him on. He's taking off.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 909er with information Tango. Requesting push and
Air
start.
Portugal 5961, taxi to ramp via Golf 2, Quebec 2.
5961.
Lisbon Tower, Ryanair 358 on final 20.
Come on, get up.
Lisbon ground, November 306 Alpha Victor with information tango, requesting push and start.
Lisbon ground, easy 435 ready to taxi.
Air Portugal 8384, runway 20, cleared to land.
Runway 20, cleared to land. Air Portugal 8384.
Easy 435, runway 20, uniform 5 via Zulu 2, Zulu 3, Mike 2, Alpha 2, Alpha 4.
Runway 20, uniform 5 via Zulu 2, Zulu 3.
Alpine
Mike 2,
2970,
Alpha 2,
runway 20,
Alpha
line
4.
up and wet.
Easy 435.
And a bit of rain now.
Runway 20, line up and wait.
Header wings
Alpine
4693,
2970.
continue taxi.
Continue taxi. Euro wings 4693.
Lisbon ground, Air Resource 8919 ready to taxi.
Let's get moving. There's always 8919, runway 20, uniform 5 via Alpha 4, uniform 4.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Alpha 4, uniform 4. Air Resource 8919.
Alpine 2970, runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 5862, contact departure.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Alpine
Alpine 2970.
Air Portugal 8384, taxi to ramp via, no, it's ramp. Air Portugal 8384, taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Tango 2, Yankee.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Airport to 5862.
I'm going to get the heavy moving next. He's
Negative.
blocking everyone
Taxiway
else.
not found. Air Portugal 8384. Taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Tango 2, Yankee. Air Portugal 8384.
Did these two figure himself out down here? Yeah,
Lisbon ground, easy 435 with information tango. Requesting push and start.
Alpine.
Lisbon ground, Air Portugal 6260 with information tango. Requesting push and start.
Alpine 845, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land.
Air Portugal
Alpine
8930,
845.
heavy, runway 20, line up and wet.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 8930 heavy.
Alpine 2970, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.95. Alpine 2970. Good evening.
Air Portugal 7569, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. Air
Easy
Portugal
435, hold short,
7569.
taxiway Alpha 2.
Hold short taxiway Alpha 2. Easy 435.
Bottom 293, heavy, cross runway 20.
Cross runway 20. Cut out 293 heavy. Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 8930 heavy holding short of runway 20.
Yeah, you can all hold short as much as you want, you're just going to have to wait.
Lisbon ground. Air Resource 8919 with information tango. Requesting push and start.
One caught him, get across.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 7569 with information.
Air
uniform.
Portugal
Requesting push
8930,
and
heavy,
start.
runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20. Cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 8930 heavy.
Alpine 845, taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Tango 1, Yankee.
Taxi to terminal. via Golf
Alpine
2.
845, taxi to terminal
Alpine
via
845.
Golf 2, Alpha 3. Easy 435, continue taxi. Alpine 845, hold short of taxiway Tango 2.
Taxi to terminal via Golf 2. Alpha 3. Alpine 845. Continue taxi. Easy 435. Hold short of taxiway Tango 2. Alpine 845.
Lisbon Tower, Capital Jet 1239 heavy on final 20. Lisbon ground.
This
Air
might be
Portugal
a go around.
7569 are ready to taxi.
Yeah. Ryanair 358, go around.
Go around. Ryanair 358.
Ryanair 358, turn left, heading 070. Air Portugal 8648, runway 20, line up and wet. Too risky that. taxi.
Turn left heading 70, Ryanair 358.
Air Portugal 8930 heavy, contact departure.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal at 648.
Ryanair 358, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Air Portugal 8930
Air
heavy.
Portugal 9048, pushback approved facing west. Air Portugal 7569, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Golf 2, Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5.
Lisbon departure on
Air Portugal 6468.
Ryanair 358. Good
Air
evening.
Portugal 8648, runway 20 cleared for takeoff. Air France 2225, runway 20 line up and wait.
Pushback approved facing west. Air Portugal 9048.
Air Portugal 8378, pushback approved facing south.
Runway 20. At
No idea why he's on the highway for.
Quebec 3. Whiskey 2. Alpha 5. Air Portugal
Try and get some of these out as quick as we can now.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal
Um,
648. Runway 20, line up and wait. Air France 2225.
Pushback approved facing south.
Yeah, right now I have to go around, we can't do anything about that.
Going around Ryanair 358.
Air Portugal's going to come up here. EasyJet.
Lisbon Tower, Air Canada 9823 heavy on final 20.
Air France 2225, runway 20 cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 556, runway 20 line up and wait.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air France 2225.
November 306 Alpha Victor, runway 20 line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 556.
Air Portugal 8648, contact departure.
Runway 20, line up and wait. November 306 Alpha Victor.
Lisbon departure on 118.95. Air Portugal at 648. Good evening.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal
Alpine 345,
9048.
continue taxi. Alpine 845, continue taxi. Middle wings 8876, pushback approved, expect runway 20.
Continue taxi. Alpine 845.
November 306 Alpha Victor, runway 20 cleared for takeoff.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 20. Hero wings 8876.
Come on, you're gonna have
Runway
to.
20, cleared for takeoff. November
Air France
306
2225, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.905.
Come on.
Air France 2225.
Second him so long.
Good evening.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 8378 ready to taxi.
I'm gonna have to send him around.
Air Portugal 9048 with information uniform.
Capital Jet
Requesting push and start.
1239 heavy, go around.
Go around. Capital Jet 1239 heavy.
That's my bad, that. Capital Jet 1239 heavy, turn left heading 030.
Turn left heading 30. Capital Jet 1239 heavy. Lisbon Tower. Postman 3744 on final 20.
We would have had no chance.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 8378 with information uniform. Requesting
Capital
push
Jet
and start.
1239 heavy, contact departure. November 306 Alpha Victor, contact departure. Air Portugal 556, runway 20 cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 2588, runway 20 line up and wait.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Capital Jet 1239 heavy.
Air Portugal 9048, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Alpha 5. Air Portugal 8378, runway 20 Alpha 5 via Whiskey 1 Alpha 5.
Lisbon departure
Air
on
Portugal
118.95.
8378, runway
306
20
Alpha Victor.
at uniform 5 via Alpha 5.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 556.
Runway 20. Line up and wait. Air Portugal 2588. Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Alpha 5. Air Portugal 9048. Runway 20 via Tango.
Eurowings
Whiskey 1,
8876,
Alpha
runway
5,
20 at uniform
Air
5
Portugal
via
8378.
Mike 1 Alpha 2 Alpha 4.
Runway 20
Air Portugal
at uniform
2588,
5
runway
via
20
Alpha
cleared for
5.
takeoff.
Air Portugal 8378. Runway 20 at uniform 5
Air Portugal
via Mike 1,
556,
Alpha
contact
2,
departure.
Alpha 4. Hero wings 8876. Runway 20 clear to take off. Air Portugal 2588.
Lisbon departure on 118.95. Air Portugal 556. Good evening.
Lisbon ground. Hero wings 8876 ready to taxi.
So we've got Rainer 345 who went around, and we had Capital
Lisbon
Jet
ground.
who also
Hero
went
wings
around.
8876 with information uniform. Requesting push and start.
I think I'm going to get the
Air Portugal
Awesome out.
8378. We request a more
Got them
logical
out.
route.
Got the two coming from here, Eurowings are down here.
Lisbon ground radio check.
Air Canada 90823 heavy, runway 20 clear to land. Air Canada 9823 heavy, runway 20 clear to land. Bottom 293 heavy, runway 20 line up and wet.
Runway 20 clear to land. Air Canada 90823 heavy.
Air Portugal 2588, contact departure.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Kadam 293 heavy.
This has been a little bit of a messy last 5-10 minutes, so
Air
let's try and
Portugal
clean this up now.
2588. Good evening.
Lisbon Tower, Air Portugal 99999 on final 20.
So Air Canada. Eurowings is just going to join the back of the queue, and then we'll get the Cotum out, and let's just try and get one in, one out for the remaining few. He's looking like he's...
Lisbon ground radio check. How do you read? Euro wings 2545.
Eurowings 2545, read you 5. Bottom 293 heavy, runway 20 cleared for takeoff. Air Canada 90823 heavy, taxi to terminal via Golf 2.
Read you 5 by 5. Euro wings 2545.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Kadam 293 heavy.
So Eurowings is going to come up here.
Via Golf 2.
Yeah, Canada's
Air
just going to
Canada
come straight
90823
in.
heavy.
And we've got the Cotum on a takeoff roll, which is all good. LL,
Lisbon ground. LL 4362 with information uniform. Requesting push and start.
he's just going to quit because the Eurowings is coming. Should get the, yeah, so the Rainer 358 is joining the back of the queue, and then the Capital Jet is joining him as well, so we should get them back around soon. Cotum's rolling. Postman 3744, runway 20 clear to land.
Runway 20 clear to land. Postman
So
3744.
lovely departure with the sun now.
Air Portugal 2081 on final 20.
Air Portugal 8558, pushback approved facing north. Go down.
Pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal 8558.
Bottom 293 heavy, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 108.95. Kadam 293 heavy. Good evening.
We'll get the Sky in next. Capital Jet
Lisbon
is
ground. Air
joining the
Portugal
back of the queue.
8558 with information uniform. Requesting push and start.
We've got 5-7s.
Lisbon ground. Air
Air Portugal 5794, pushback approved facing north.
Requesting push and start. Pushback approved facing north.
LL
Air Portugal
4362, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. LL 4362.
This postman's taking ages because it's just an ATR. But annoying because
Lisbon
not
ground
sure we're going to be
radio
able to
check.
get
How do you read? Alpine 3222.
Alpine 3222, read you 5.
Read you 5 by 5. Alpine 3222.
Need to try and get this out. Alpine 3222, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Alpine 3222.
Let's have a look where he'll be going. I'm guessing he's going into the cargo ramp.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 553 with information uniform.
That
Requesting push and
has
start.
not helped me. Alpine 3222, contact departure. Alpine 3222, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Negative. I'm on the ground. Alpine 3222. Runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Eurowings 8876, hold position.
Hold position. Hero wings 8876. Lisbon ground, Air Portugal 8558 ready to taxi.
You're just gonna have to hold there a minute, unfortunately.
Lisbon Tower, Ryanair 358 on final 20.
Why is he waiting? Just go.
Lisbon ground radio check. How do you read? Air Portugal 7939.
These ones that have pushed back are gonna have to wait a minute. This might be a go around as well because this Alpine's just took forever to get a takeoff.
Lisbon ground, Air Portugal 319er with information uniform.
But I won't wait
Requesting
to
cushion start.
go as well.
Lisbon ground, LL 4362 ready to taxi.
Lisbon ground, Air Portugal
Air
579
Portugal,
ready to taxi.
no, go around. Eurowings 2545, runway 20 line up and wet. Air Portugal, no, turn left heading 030. Eurowings 2545, runway 20 cleared for takeoff.
Go around. Air Portugal 999.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Eurowings 2545.
Turn left heading 30. Air Portugal 999.
Alpine 3222, contact departure.
Runway 20, clear for takeoff. Eurowings 2545.
Lisbon departure on 118.95, Alpine 3222.
Air Portugal, no, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on
Too many go-arounds in
118.95.
this video.
Air Portugal 999. Good evening.
Come on, Eurowings, better move on.
Going around Air Portugal 999.
Air Portugal 5794, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Golf 2, Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5. Air Portugal 5794, hold short of taxiway Quebec 3. Air Portugal 3199, pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal 553, pushback approved facing north.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Golf 2, Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5. Air Portugal 5794. Hold short of taxiway Quebec 3. Air Portugal
Air
5794.
Portugal 2081, runway 20 cleared to land.
Pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal 319er.
Pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal 553.
Runway 20 clear to land. Air Portugal 2081.
We need to get this postman moving, but it's gonna have to wait a second.
Lisbon Tower, Capital Jet 1239er heavy on final 20.
Capital Jet is coming back around.
Lisbon ground radio check. How do you read? Air Portugal 909.
You're gonna have to wait a minute.
Lisbon ground radio check.
Air Portugal 7939, runway 20, line up and wet.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 7939.
Postman 3744, taxi to ramp via uniform 2, Tango 4, Whiskey 2, Bravo.
Taxi to ramp via uniform 2, Tango 4, Whiskey 2.
Air Portugal
Bravo.
8558, runway
Postman
20 at uniform
3744.
5 via Alpha 5, uniform 4.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Alpha 5, uniform 4, Air Portugal 8558.
Air Portugal 7939, runway 20 cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 7939.
Air Portugal 2081, taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Tango 1, Alpha 1.
Taxi to terminal via Golf 2.
Air Portugal 5794, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Golf 1, Alpha 5. And
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Golf 1, Alpha 5. Air Portugal
Eurowings
5794.
8876, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Eurowings 8876.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 553 ready to taxi.
Eurowings 2545, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Eurowings 2545. Good evening.
Lisbon ground. Air
Ryanair
Portugal
358.
319 ready to taxi.
Ryanair 358, runway 20 clear to land.
Runway 20 cleared to land. Ryanair 358.
Lisbon Tower, player 6999 on final 20.
LL4362, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Alpha 5, uniform 4.
Runway 20
Portugal
at uniform
553,
5
runway
via
20
Alpha
at
5,
uniform 5
uniform
via
4,
Golf 2,
LL4362.
Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5. Portugal 319 follow company.
Runway 20
Portugal
at
909,
uniform
runway
5
20,
via
line up
Golf
and
2,
wet.
Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Alpha
Portugal
5,
909, runway 20,
Portugal
line up and
553.
wet.
Follow company, Air Portugal 319er.
Portugal 7939, contact departure.
Command on start. Air Portugal 909er. Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 909er.
Lisbon departure on 118.95.
Portugal 909, runway 20, cleared for immediate takeoff.
Runway 20, clear for immediate takeoff. Air Portugal 909er.
Ryanair 358.
Lisbon ground, Air Portugal 4748 with information uniform. Requesting push and start.
358 is down.
Lisbon ground radio check. How do you read? Air exhaust 89er 19er.
Portugal 4748, pushback approved facing north. Ryanair 358, taxi to ramp via uniform 1, Mike 4.
Pushback approved facing north. Air
Ryanair
Portugal
358,
4748.
hold short of taxi for... Ryanair 358, hold short of taxiway uniform 2.
Taxi to ramp via uniform 1, Mike 4. Ryanair 358. Hold short of
Capital
taxiway
Jet
Charlie.
1239 heavy, runway 20, clear to land.
Hold short of taxiway uniform 2. Ryanair 358.
Runway 20.
Ryanair 358, continue taxi.
1239er heavy.
Continue taxi. Ryanair 358.
Portugal 1460, pushback approved facing north. Portugal 6260, runway 20, line up and wet.
Pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal 1460.
Runway 20.
Portugal
Line up and
909,
wait.
contact
Air
departure.
Portugal 6260.
Lisbon departure on 118.95. Air Portugal 909er.
Good evening. Lisbon Tower, Alpine 529er on final 20.
Portugal 155, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal
Capital Jet
155.
1239, heavy taxi to terminal via Golf 2. Portugal 6260, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Taxi to terminal via Golf 2. Capital Jet 1239er heavy.
Runway 20, clear for takeoff. Air Portugal 6260.
Lisbon ground, Air Portugal 4748 ready to taxi.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 1460 with information uniform. Requesting push and
That's the way
start.
he's going in via Golf 2. Ryanair's going down there. The player is the next
Lisbon ground. Air
one.
Portugal 155 with information uniform. Requesting push and start.
We've got a big queue of
Lisbon
aircraft
ground
here.
radio check. How do you read? Air exhaust 89er 19er.
Lisbon Tower. Air Portugal 4387 on final 20.
Player 6999, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Player 6999er.
Portugal 1460, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Quebec 2, Whiskey 2 Alpha 5.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Quebec 2. Whiskey 2.
Portugal
Alpha
6260,
5.
contact
Air
departure.
Portugal 1460.
Lisbon departure on 118.95. Air Portugal 6260. Good evening.
Do like this player livery as well, it's
Air
quite
Portugal
nice.
1460 ready to taxi.
Azores 8919, runway 20, line up and wet.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air exhaust 89er 19er.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 155 ready to taxi.
Portugal 155, runway 20 Alpha 5 via Foxtrot, Quebec 3, Whiskey 2 Alpha 5. Portugal 155, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Foxtrot 1. Portugal 155, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Foxtrot, Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5. Azores 8919, runway 20 cleared for takeoff.
Negative. Taxiway not found.
Portugal 4748, follow company. Portugal 155, hold short of taxiway Foxtrot 1. Via 6999, taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Tango 2, Yankee. Portugal 9135, pushback approved facing north.
Runway 20, Uniform 5, Foxtrot 1.
We've got them two moving, which is a good start. They're coming up here. He's already coming up here. Make sure there's not
Runway
any
20, clear for takeoff.
here.
Resort
Nope,
8919.
they're all good. Next is another Alpine.
Hold short of taxiway Foxtrot 1, Air Portugal 155.
Taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Tango 2, Yankee. Player 6999.
Alpine 529, runway 20, clear to land.
Pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal 9135.
Runway 20, clear to land. Alpine 529.
Lisbon Tower, Air Portugal 99999 on final 20.
Azores 8919, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.95. Air Resort 8919. Good evening.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 9135 with information.
ET435, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Easy 435.
Air Portugal 155, continue taxi.
Continue taxi. Air Portugal 155.
Easy 435, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Easy 435.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 9135 ready to taxi.
So them two are going to be going up there. Here's coming up. Air Portugal 9135, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5.
Runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Quebec 3, Whiskey
Not
2,
Portugal.
Alpha 5, Air Portugal
Alpine
9135.
529, taxi to terminal via Golf 1, Alpha 3.
Taxi to terminal via Golf 1.
Alpine 529, hold
Alpine
short,
529.
taxiway Foxtrot 1. Aeronova 7489. Aeronova 7484.
Hold short of taxiway Foxtrot 1. Alpine 529.
Lisbon Tower, easy 359 on final 20.
Air Portugal 4387, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to
Aeronova
land.
7484, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. Aero Nova 7484.
Easy 435, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Easy 435. Good evening.
Air Portugal 7569, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 7569.
Lisbon ground. Aero Nova 7484 with information uniform. Requesting push and start.
Constant stream of arrivals as well, we're not,
Lisbon ground. Radio check. How do you read?
you're gonna have to
Air
wait with
Portugal
radio check.
9048.
No wait. Okay, then. Air Portugal 7569, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, clear for takeoff. Air Portugal 7569.
Air Portugal 4387, taxi to terminal via Golf 1, Alpha 3. Alpine 529, continue taxi.
Taxi to terminal via Golf 1, Alpha 3, Air Portugal 4387.
Continue taxi. Alpine
We've got a
529.
steady flow, but it's just the fact that we've got a
Lisbon
lot.
ground. Aero Nova 7484 ready to taxi.
Aeronova's coming out, we're just going to have to wait.
Lisbon Tower.
Alpine
Air
529,
Portugal
hold
387,
short of
North
taxiway
Mile
Alpha
20.
3. Aeronova 7484, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Alpha 5.
Pull short of taxiway Alpha 3, Alpine 529. Runway 20, at uniform 5, via Alpha 5, Aero Nova 7484.
Air Portugal, Nana, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Air Portugal 99999.
Holding, that's good.
Lisbon ground radio check. How do you read? Air Portugal 8378.
Air Portugal 7569, contact departure. Air Portugal 8378, read you 5.
Lisbon departure on 118.9 flight.
Air Portugal 9048, runway 20, line up and wait.
Read you 5 by 5, Air Portugal 8378. Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 9048.
So these are going to hold. This guy's coming out. Let them too. Into vacate the runway, and then we'll get our next departure going. Air Portugal 9048, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, clear to take off. Air Portugal 9048.
Air Portugal 9999, taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Quebec 2, Mike 2.
Taxi to terminal. Via Golf 2, Quebec 2.
Alpine
Mike
529, continue
Air
taxi.
Portugal 99999.
Negative, taxi is blocked. Aero Nova 7484. Alpine 529er, Alpine 529er.
Lisbon Tower, volume
Alpine 529, continue
3686
taxi. Don't know why it's not.
Continue taxi. Alpine 529er.
Gonna have to start holding people at gate if they do want pushback now. Easy 35901, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Easy 35901.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 4342 with information Victor. Requesting push and start.
And she gonna. Air Portugal 4342, standby.
Negative. I'm on the ground. Air Portugal 4342.
Air Portugal 8378, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 8378.
Air Portugal 4342, standby.
Stand by. Air Portugal 4342.
Lisbon ground radio check. How do you read? Hero wings 8876.
Air Portugal 8378, runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Euro wings 8876, read you 5.
Runway 20, clear for takeoff. Air Portugal 8378.
Air Portugal 4342, pushback approved, facing north. Easy 35901, taxi to ramp via Uniform 1, Lima 1.
Read you 5 by 5. Hero wings 8876.
Pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal 4342.
Taxi to ramp via Uniform 1, Lima 1.
Air Portugal 9048, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Air Portugal 9048. Good evening. Lisbon Tower, Air Portugal 2498 on final 20.
Lisbon ground, Air Portugal 8188 with information Victor. Requesting push and start.
Air Portugal 8188, pushback approved, facing north. Welling. Air Portugal 387, runway 20, clear to land.
Portugal 8188.
Air Portugal 5342, push back approved facing south.
Runway 20, cleared to
Middle
land.
wings
Air Portugal
8876, runway
387.
20, line up and wait.
Pushback approved facing south. Air Portugal 5342.
Air Portugal 8378, contact departure.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Hero wings 8876.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Air Portugal 8378. Good evening.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 5342 with information Victor. Requesting push and start.
No,
Lisbon
definitely
ground.
gonna have to
Air
wait.
Portugal 4342 ready to taxi.
Middle wings 8876, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Hero wings 8876.
Air Portugal 4342, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Quebec 3. Whiskey 2.
Air
Alpha
Portugal
5.
387,
Air
taxi to
Portugal
terminal
4342.
via Golf 2, Alpha 3. Air Portugal 387, hold short of taxiway Foxtrot 1.
Taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Alpha 3. Air Portugal 387. Hold short of taxiway Foxtrot 1. Air Portugal 387.
Lisbon Tower, Ryanair 9312 on final 20. Lisbon ground, Air Portugal 8188 ready to taxi.
Lisbon ground radio check.
Boeing
How do you read?
3686,
Air Portugal
runway 20, clear to
8558.
land.
Runway 20, cleared to land. Rolling 3686.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 5342 ready to taxi.
Air Portugal 8188, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Alpha 4, Alpha 5. Air Portugal 8188, hold short of taxiway Golf 1.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Alpha 4. Alpha 5.
Air Portugal
Air Portugal
4342, hold
8188.
short of taxiway Tango 3. Air Portugal 5342, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Bravo Alpha 5.
Hold short of taxiway
LL
Golf 1.
4362, runway 20, line up and wait.
Hold short of taxiway Tango 3. Air Portugal 4342.
Middle wings 8876, contact departure.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Bravo, Alpha 5. Air Portugal 5342.
Runway 20, line up and wait. LL 4362.
Lisbon departure on 118.905.
LL
Hero wings
4362, runway 20,
8876.
cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. LL
Boeing
4362.
3686, taxi to ramp via uniform 2, Lima 1.
Taxi to ramp via uniform 2, Lima 1. Rolling 3686.
Lisbon ground radio check. How do you read? Air Portugal 553.
Air Portugal 553, read your 5.
Read you 5 by 5. Air Portugal 553.
We'll keep going for now.
Lisbon Tower,
Still
Holland
platform.
7114 on final 20.
I just have a wrong queue, so I'm just trying to be
Lisbon ground
careful.
radio check. How do you read? Air Portugal 319er.
Air Portugal 31999, read your 5.
Read you 5 by 5. Air Portugal 319er.
Lisbon ground radio check. How
Air
do you read?
Portugal
Air Portugal
3498, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Air Portugal
Air
249er.
Portugal 8188, continue taxi. Air Portugal 397, continue taxi. Air Portugal 387, continue taxi. Allow 4362, contact departure.
Continue taxi. Air Portugal 8188.
Continue taxi. Air Portugal
Air Portugal
387.
8558, runway 20, line up and wait.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. LL 4362. Good evening.
Runway 20. Line up and wait. Air Portugal 8558.
sun is setting, so we're gonna get the airport line.
Lisbon ground radio check. Heavy read. Air Portugal 57904.
You can wait. Air Portugal 8858, runway 20 cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Air Portugal 2498, taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Tango 2, Yankee.
Taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Tango 2, Yankee, Air Portugal 24908.
Air Portugal 4342, continue taxi.
Continue taxi. Air Portugal 4342.
Lisbon Tower, Ryanair 6060 on final 20.
Lisbon ground radio check. Heavy read. Air Portugal 1460.
Air Portugal 1460, read you 5.
Read you 5 by 5. Air Portugal 1460.
Takeoff thing to come up. Come on. Sorry, my game just crashed. Right now, 9312, runway 20 clear to land. I'm hoping that worked.
Altitude is low.
My game, my push to talk just crashed. Right now, 9312, go around. Air Portugal 5794, runway 20, line up and wait. Right now, 9312, turn left, heading 030.
Go around. Line airliner 312.
Air Portugal 8558, contact departure. Yeah, my push to talk just stopped working for some
line
reason.
up and wait. Air Portugal 57904.
Air Portugal 5794, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Turn left heading 30. Line airliner 312.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Air Portugal 8558.
Right now, 9312, contact departure.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 57904.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Line airliner 312. Good evening.
It was a little bit annoying, but we'll just keep going and get this truck moved.
Going around line airliner 312.
So in terms of other ground movements, we've just got him. The rest of it is just a long queue, isn't it?
Lisbon ground radio check. How do you read? Air Portugal 4748.
Who's saying that? Air Portugal 1... I don't even know.
Lisbon Tower, Air Portugal 2462 on final 20.
Quality 7114, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20. Clear to land. Quality 7114.
Air Portugal 5794, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Air Portugal 57904. Good evening.
Lisbon ground radio check. How do you read? Air Portugal 155.
Air Portugal 155, read you 5.
Read you 5 by 5. Air Portugal 155.
Air Portugal 553, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 553.
So that's the next one down. The queue's getting a little bit smaller now, and with nothing pushed back, so it should be manageable to start clearing it out. Air Portugal 553, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, clear for takeoff. Air Portugal 553.
Quality 7114, taxi to ramp via Golf 2, Whiskey 2, Bravo.
Taxi to ramp via Golf 2. Whiskey 2. Bravo.
Whoops.
Quality 7114.
So yeah, he'll come up here like Whiskey. Good. Cargo open. is behind us. Lovely moon over there. Don't really
Lisbon Tower, Air Portugal 1147 on final 20.
many more, so we'll just keep going, get these departures cleared, and then we will end the video once we've tidied this up a little bit. We've also got the Rhino 90312 who is on its way around. If you look in top left, you should be able to see it there. It's parallel to the approach, going back up, and Rhino 6060, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Ryanair 6060.
Air Portugal 553, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.95. Air Portugal 553. Good evening.
Lisbon ground radio check. How do you read? Air Portugal 9135.
Air Portugal 319, runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 9135, read your 5.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 319er.
Read you 5 by 5. Air Portugal 9135.
Lisbon ground radio check. How do you read? Air Portugal 4748.
Air Portugal 4748, read your 5 by 5.
Read you 5 by 5.
Air Portugal 319, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 319er.
Rhino 6060, taxi to ramp via Uniform 2, Lima 1.
Taxi to ramp via Uniform 2, Lima 1. Ryanair 6060.
Lisbon Tower, Europa 4403 on final 20.
Air Portugal 2462, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, cleared to land. Air Portugal 2462.
Air Portugal 319, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.95. Air Portugal 319er. Good evening.
Rhino's on its way back round now. Air Portugal 1460, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 1460.
Yeah, I've tried to use the external cameras as much as possible. I think if you look at my other video, we obviously were all at the other side of the airport, but I feel like it's a lot better using the external cameras. Air Portugal 1460, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air
And
Portugal
then we use the taxi
1460.
charts just to find this out. Air Portugal 2462, taxi to ramp via Uniform 2, Lima 1. Next
Taxi
in,
to ramp via Uniform 2, Lima 1. Air Portugal 2462.
Lisbon ground. Quality 5639 with information, Victor. Requesting push and start.
45639, pushback approved facing south.
Pushback approved, facing south. Quality 5639.
Got a little gap after the Aegean, so we should be able to get 2 or 3 departures out there. Sorry, not Aegean, Europa. Always get mixed up between them two. Air Portugal 1147, runway 20, clear to land. Push to talk. But the push to talk just died again. Air Portugal 1147, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20,
Air Portugal 1460, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Air Portugal 1460. Good evening.
Air Portugal 155, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 155.
Air Portugal 155, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 155. Lisbon ground, quality 5639 are ready to taxi.
Air Portugal 114. Air Portugal 1147, taxi to ramp via Uniform 2 Lima 1. 45639, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Bravo Alpha 5, Uniform 4.
Taxi to ramp via Uniform 2, Lima 1. Air Portugal 1147. Runway 20, at Uniform 5, via Bravo, Alpha 5.
And there's an its way back round as well.
Quality 5639.
Probably get that in, get a couple more out and then end the video there. It's been quite a long video this one.
Heavy on final 20.
Europa 4403, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Europa 4403.
Air Portugal 155, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.95. Air Portugal 155. Good evening.
Try and get 2, maybe 3 departures out in between these next two.
Lisbon ground, radio check. How do you read? Air Nova
Air Portugal
748.
4748, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway
We have
20,
this
line up
guy
and wait.
coming
Air
around
Portugal
here.
4748.
Probably just be 2 departures, but we'll see. Air Portugal 4748, runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 9135, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 4748.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 9135.
Europa 4403, taxi to terminal via Golf 2 Alpha 3. Air Portugal 956, pushback approved facing north.
Taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Alpha 3. Europa 4403.
Pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal 956.
If he gets off quick, we can probably get 3 going.
Final 20. Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 956 with information Victor. Requesting push and start.
Air Portugal 9135, runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Nova 7484, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 9135.
Air Portugal 4748, contact departure.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Aero Nova 7484. Lisbon departure on 118.95. Air Portugal 4748. Good evening.
Air Nova 7484, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Aero Nova 7484.
Lisbon ground. Air
Portugal 956 ready to taxi.
Air Portugal 956, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Golf 2, Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5.
Runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Golf 2, Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5. Air Portugal 956.
Air Portugal 9135, contact departure. Air Portugal 90135, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Air Portugal 90135. Good evening.
Air Portugal 3638 heavy, runway 20 clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Air Portugal 3638 heavy.
Air Nova 7484, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Aero Nova 7484. Good evening.
Lisbon Tower, Vista Jet 8912 on final 20.
Lisbon ground radio check. How do you read? Air Portugal 8188.
Air Portugal 5342, runway 20 line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal
Quite
5342.
dark now, we're nearly at 7 o'clock.
Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 6518 information Victor. Requesting push and start.
Air Portugal 6518, pushback approved facing south.
Pushback approved facing south. Air Portugal 6518.
Please get the runway.
Lisbon ground. Etihad 2053 heavy with information Victor. Requesting push and start.
Etihad 2053 heavy, pushback approved facing north. Air Portugal 5342, runway 20 cleared for takeoff.
Pushback approved facing north. Etihad 2053 heavy.
Air Portugal 3638 heavy, taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Whiskey 2.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 5342.
Taxi to terminal via Golf 2, Whiskey 2, Air Portugal 3638 heavy.
Lisbon ground. Right Air 1411 with information Victor.
Air
Requesting
Portugal
push and start.
3638 heavy, hold short of taxiway Tango 3.
Hold short of taxiway Tango 3. Air Portugal 3638 heavy.
Ryanair 9312, runway 20 clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land.
Ryanair 1411, pushback approved facing north.
Pushback approved facing north. Right Air 141.
Oops. Air Portugal 5342, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.905. Air Portugal 5342.
Air Portugal 6518, runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Bravo Alpha 5.
Runway 20 at Uniform 5 via Bravo Alpha 5. Air Portugal 6518. Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 6518 ready for taxi.
Air Portugal 8188, runway 20 line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 8188.
Lisbon Tower. Air Portugal 6425 heavy on final 20. Lisbon ground. Etihad 2053 heavy ready to taxi.
Yeah, 2053 heavy, runway 20 via Alpha 5 Sierra 3. Air Portugal 8188, runway 20 cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20 via Alpha 5 Sierra 3. Etihad 2053 heavy.
Ryanair 9312, taxi to ramp via Uniform 2, Uniform 1, Mike 4 Lima 2.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 8188.
Taxi to ramp via Uniform 2, Uniform 1, Mike 4, Lima 2. Run Air 9312.
Lisbon ground. Right Air 1411 ready to taxi.
Lisbon ground radio check. How do you read? Air Portugal 4342.
Get a few more going, and then I want to get the Etihad just because it looks so nice. Mr. Jet 8912, runway 20, clear to land. Air Portugal 3638 heavy, continue taxi.
Continue taxi. Air Portugal 3638 heavy.
Ryanair 1411, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Golf 2, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5.
Runway 20, uniform 5, via Golf 2, Whiskey 2.
Air Portugal 4342, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 4342.
Air Portugal 8188, contact departure. Etihad 2053 heavy, cross runway 20.
Good evening.
Cross runway 20. Etihad 2053 heavy.
Lisbon Tower, Ryanair 7759 on final 20.
For some reason get Ryanair, get this. 5639, runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 4342, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Quality 5639.
Mr. Jet 8912, taxi to ramp via Golf 2, Quebec 3, Whiskey 2.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 4342.
Taxi to ramp via Golf 2, Quebec 3, Whiskey 2, Mr. Jet 8912.
And then we course call this one, I think. As soon as these rotated, though, we'll get the next one going. (45.639) runway 20, wait for takeoff.
Runway 20, clear for takeoff. Quality 5639.
Air Portugal 4342, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.95. Air Portugal 4342. Good evening.
Air Portugal 6079 heavy, pushback approved, facing west.
Pushback approved facing west. Air Portugal 6079 heavy.
Ryanair 9059, pushback approved, facing north.
Pushback approved facing
Air Portugal 6425 heavy, runway 20, clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Air Portugal 6425 heavy.
45.639, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.95. Quality 5639. Good evening.
Lisbon Tower, Air Portugal 6549 on final 20.
Air Portugal 956, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Air Portugal 956. Lisbon ground. Air Portugal 6079 heavy with information whiskey. Requesting push and start.
Lisbon ground. Ryanair 9059 with information whiskey. Requesting push and start.
I'm going to get the Air Portugal going, I'm going to get the Etihad next, and then we're going to end the video there once the Etihad departs. Air Portugal 956, runway 20, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 956.
Air Portugal 6425 heavy, taxi to ramp via Lima 1.
Taxi to ramp via Lima 1. Air Portugal 6425 heavy.
We're getting dark
Lisbon
now
ground.
as well.
Air Portugal 6079 heavy ready for taxi.
Air Portugal 6079 heavy, runway 20 via Alpha 5, Sierra 3.
Runway 20 via Alpha 5, Sierra 3, Air Portugal 6079er Heavy.
Lisbon ground, Ryanair 9059 are ready to taxi.
Oh, you can't move yet. Ryanair 7759, runway 20 clear to land.
Runway 20, clear to land. Ryanair 7759.
Air Portugal 956, contact departure.
Lisbon departure on 118.905, Air Portugal 956. Good evening.
Lisbon Tower, Air Portugal 98988 on final 20.
This game could just keep going and going all night, I think. Etihad 2053 heavy, runway 20, line up and wait.
Runway 20, line up and wait. Etihad 2053 heavy.
Ryanair 9059, runway 20 at uniform 5 via Golf 2, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5.
Runway 20 at uniform 5 via Golf 2, Whiskey 2, Alpha 5, Ryanair 9059.
We will wait for the Ryanair to vacate, we'll get the Etihad going, and that will be that. Etihad 2053 heavy, runway 20 cleared for takeoff.
Runway 20, cleared for takeoff. Etihad 2053 heavy.
I'm just going to watch the Etihad and then we'll end the video. Here goes the nice Etihad Dreamliner.
Tower, Emirates 1163 heavy and final 20.
Well, there's a nice Emirates coming now, but we are going to end the video there because it's been quite a long one. There goes the Etihad reporting to Abu Dhabi, I'm guessing. So that's going to be the end of the video. It's been quite a fun session. We had a long queue for the majority of that video. Again, obviously I've been asking for radio checks, but that's as expected. I think we had that last time, obviously. I think running 02 was more difficult for kind of positioning the aircraft because we had the aprons down there. And then obviously they were taking up mic, but we had two kind of intersecting points there that we could use for holding points. This one's not too bad because you can kind of line everyone up on uniform 4 there, and then obviously all the heavies are taking full length. It's just a case of trying to get them crossed. But I think the strategy worked. Obviously, I tried using the external cameras as much as possible, so obviously you can see what's going on and where. And obviously we had to be quite quick and reactive with making sure people take off in time. We had a few go-arounds at one point. Obviously, one of them had an issue with the stop button, but the other ones was trying to get too much out at once. We had a constant stream of arrivals. I think we had a couple of gaps where we managed to get two out at once and 3 out. Yeah, overall pretty fun. Obviously keeps you busy, and it's obviously it was day, and then obviously the sun started to set during the video as well, which is always nice to see. But I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback around this video in general, anything else you want to see with this airport or anything else, so we've kind of run this airport on both runway configs now, and we've used the custom schedule. I will leave a link to the custom schedule down in the description below as well, along with the other video of Lisbon, just in case you want to check that out. But yeah, if you've got any suggestions for any future videos, anything you want to see for any specific airports that you want to see, any scenarios, or just anything in general, feel free to drop that in the comments, and I will certainly take a look when I can. If you do like the content, feel free to like and subscribe, as that massively helps the channel out, shows your appreciation for the channel, and allows me to bring you more content like this in the future. But for now, thanks very much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.